You got something on your face there, bud.
It's definitely got an eerie feeling to it so far. Never mind. Guess it.
Fashion, I'm here for it.
Creepy. I love it.
Totally. It's like Goosebumps from the 90s.
There was a world that they were building. I'm still not quite sure what that world was. I was like, was it W? Was it like haunted? Was it dystopian future? Like, what was it exactly?
Or one of the worlds. It could have been all of the worlds.
All of them. Yeah, I don't know.
The beat of the song was really catchy too. Like, it didn't take a long time for me to get into it. Not gonna lie, I was half asleep, but I am alive. I'm alive.
Welcome.
She might be a bit haunted, but she's alive.
Good.
So thank you.
It was kind of like the back of like a book jacket for me. Basically, it was kind of a surface introduction, and it's like it caused me to want to open the book and read more, essentially.
For me, it's almost like the music seemed like it was at the front of the priority list, and what was done in the video and everything else was to accompany the music.
Compliment it, yeah.
Thank you. Compliment the
yeah.
music. For me, that very much spoke to me.
Playlist or not.
Now we're gonna go to their newest song. What was it? Blessed Cursed. And we're gonna check that one out.
Jill.
1999.
It's Y2K.
Oh, this aesthetic.
We go! Go! Wake up, 이 눈을 떠 가장 깊은 속에서
Boy band. I love the 2000s.
Yes, fisheye.
Come on, Canadian flag.
Tell me, do I get blessed or do I get cursed? I just want to know. 예상같이 보내진 승리 주문 뒤에 감춰진 비밀 마련해 세상가 변해서 춤을 추던 나였어. So tell me what to do. 혼자 같은 저주 이 저주 속에 I'll be okay. No pain, no pain. 저리 넘어의 line. 우린 안실로 faded. 이 거시들 사이 세계 속으로 닿는 And I walk like a lion. 역사를 난 making. 몰라 정답 따윈 내 방식으로까지 goes on and on. 우리 깜빡이 눈을 떠 가장 추억 속에서 Wanna be on my way. I've been 나의 곁에 거기서 네 후 따윈 집어쳐 Wanna be on my way. I've been I don't want 흩어져진 그 정답 이제는 잊지 않아 나에게 꺾어놓은 그 life Don't wanna miss 아직 숨쉬는 나 다음에 나를 불러 멀리서 나를 불러 Just stop Don't tell me what to do 혼자 같은 저주 이 저주 속에 I'll be okay No pain, no pain 잠이 너무의 lie 우린 현실로 faded 이 거시들 사이 현생 속에도 담이 In a world like a lion 내 살을 난 making 몰라진 나 따윈 방식대로까지 Goes on and on Wake up 이제 눈을 떠 가장 깊은 속에서 Wanna be on my way. I've been 나를 가두는 여기선 네 이유 따윈 집어쳐 Wanna be on my way. I've been
Bye. Bye bye. See you later.
Oh, we're actually.
Dark Moon, the blood altar.
blood altar.
I'm just trying to like reflect on like a potential storyline from that, And like for me it was just like a performance video with like kind of 90s ode to like, you know, like that era, 90s 2000s type of thing. But like at one point there was like a scene of an exploding like room of like motherboard like computers.
It was
like,
Y2K.
but I was like, why is that there? It was just a random scene of an explosion of like, you know, like motherboards, and I was just like, what? Did I miss something? And I'm asking you, did I miss something?
Well, I think the song is kind of like rebellious in the sense that they're saying they want to, like, despite whoever else's rules or whatever, they want to go their own way. They want to do their own thing. They are gonna be who they want to be.
Yeah.
So I feel like just the explosion of whatever that room was, it's just a sign of rebellion, an act of rebellion. It looks
like a metaphor for like fuck the system.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
With your, I really think that like jerked me in the heart when you said that. Kind of unrelated, but like it was just like my mind was wandering while I was watching this, which I think also is kind of like is my reaction in itself, like just the attention it was causing me to think, and I kind of had this like boom moment in my head that, first off, number one, I feel incredibly like blessed and lucky to have grown up through the 90s. I just think it was such a transformative time, like the internet, technology, everything is like kind of being on that
the rise,
the ascent of it, and like kind of being there as it's happening.
Yeah.
And then the second kind of like boom moment that I had in my head was where we see these videos for having lived in those times, and we're like, oh, like that's such a, like they're referencing like, you know, like the style from that era, or, you know, those looks, the fisheye lens, like those are all things that we're like, oh yeah. For a lot of consumers of this video, it's completely new to them, right? So they don't know that that's the reference, and it's not to say that like it's like, oh, like, you know, we know but some people don't. It's just like, wow, I wonder how that's kind of like received for a first timer.
Yeah.
Are they like, this is cool, or like this is weird, or they're like, why are they doing that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. I just had that kind of, it was a weird moment where
it's so true though. It's true.
That, I feel, if I can,
Please.
that for me, because I didn't find myself liking it as much. Like the first song I really enjoyed. This one I had to kind of like make myself pay attention. My mind was wandering as well, and I realized at one point it's because the visuals for me didn't match what I was hearing, and it was hard to put those two together. But maybe it's because I have such strong associations with those visuals. I know what boy bands in the 90s and 2000s sounded like and looked like and whatever. That kind of fashion, those kind of shots, like everything I expect and want a certain sound. And that's not what this was. But maybe if I were a younger fan who had never experienced it and lived through that, I might have just liked it for what it was. Maybe I was biased.
You know what's funny? There were actually 3 elements that I would deem not confusing. Sorry, for us, again, who might have certain associations, confusing, but new to those who are experiencing this for the first time. So if you paid attention to the actual instrumental in the background, it was very 80s rock guitars that I was hearing in the background. But the melodies on top of it were very today's, almost like like trap kind of trap R&B type of melodies in the actual vocal production. But then visually, you're getting P Diddy and Mace in the 90s. But then,
and sync
exactly. So there was elements in there that. For us, I'm glad you said the associations, because they're so strong individually. So for our brains to watch this and kind of like get it as one new thing, there's an adjustment period. And for that, that being said, for me, I don't know if I got there, because I was like, okay, I'm hearing what they're saying. I love the message in them declaring who they are and who they want to be and all those different things like that. But I wasn't quite getting hooked onto what I was hearing melodically or in the music. And then the video was cute, but if I wasn't already there with the song, I couldn't quite even get there with the video. You know, so there wasn't really anything that really kind of hooked me in. It was nice to see their talents. You know, we watched Given Taken,
Yeah.
right? And then now, what was this one called?
Blessed Curse.
Yes.
Blessed Curse. It was nice to see where they started and where they are now. But yeah, this one didn't quite get me there.
Mm-hmm. For me, I think, again, because of the association of what we know it to be, like all of these symbolisms and stuff, I really enjoyed the video, like aesthetically, visually, beautiful, great. But again, am I biased because that's what I grew up watching, right? So I'm like, I really like this. Whereas the song, it was good. It wasn't terrible by any means, but it didn't hook me in as much as the video and the visuals hooked me in. So like, if I were to watch these two, if I were to listen to the song separately from the video, I think that I wouldn't like the song as much because it wasn't paired with something that I really liked, which was the video, which was the aesthetics that I love growing up, right? So, yeah. Playlist or nah. It's gonna be a nah for me for the song, but a playlist for the video.
I think it's a nah for me. I was gonna say, like, I might need to, like you said, listen to it without watching the video. But even with that, like, what you mentioned with the production, having a certain sound and then the vocals, like, yeah, I think it's a nah for me.
It's a nah for me.
For me, it's gonna be a Y2 nay.
Oh, he was waiting.
I was waiting.
So proud of that one.
And my lip was like quivering from like the anticipation.
That was really good.
Y2 nay.
I'm
dead.
my gosh,
you're fucking
100
hilarious.
points.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's really cute. But I'm really interested by this conversation. And you comment down below if you are, maybe like what generation you are, and if you grew up in the 90s or 2000s, what was your impression of this song and this music video? And like, did other people have the same kind of reaction that we did, or is this just us? Like, I don't know. I want to know. Comment down below. Let us know your thoughts.
If we could just do a quick flash round for some of like the references that we're talking about like what that evokes in us. Like, what are some like two references or like just like a video or two that someone who's watching can go and like experience an artist or a song from the 90s, like just from the 90s or 2000s. So boy bands.
Definitely, yeah. Backstreet Boys, NSYNC,
Mace.
He mentioned Mace and Puff Daddy at the time.
Yeah. Missy.
Yeah.
Take a
TLC.
trip into
our world.
yonder time and go explore. It was a really cool period.
A lot of these artists are still around, so
Yeah.
and winning.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, give this video a like, comment, subscribe to our channel so you can check out more. And we will see y'all next time. Remember that you are beautiful, worthy, valued, and loved. Bye.
Hold you down. Boom, boom, la-di-da-di, la-di-da-di.